It's interesting. I thought that, right after the introduction in your book, you go right into the first section and it says that happiness is not the goal. I'd love for you to kind of dive into that. What do you mean by that? Because we're talking about wanting to be happy, but it's not necessarily the goal.
Yeah. And, people want to be happier, but what they say is they want to be happy. And that's not the right ambition. I mean, there's a reason that we have negative emotions. Our brains, the limbic system of the human brain is really the onboard hardware that translates perceptions that we have about the outside world into emotions. And it translates them into positive and negative emotions because we perceive threats and opportunities. Threats are translated into negative emotions, fear, anger, disgust, and sadness, because we have to have a signal telling us loud and clear, an alarm system saying, avoid that thing. So we need negative emotions. Jared, if you didn't have negative emotions, you'd be dead in a week. It would be a really bad situation, and yet they're antagonistic to what we think of as pure, unbridled happiness. We also have negative experiences because we walk across the face of the earth. We want, in finding deep satisfaction, we have to delay our gratifications, which can be tricky. We want to find a sense of meaning in our lives, and meaning requires pain and it requires suffering. And any Catholic who doesn't understand this is not paying attention. We literally worship a guy suffering. That's who we were. The Son of God suffering like one of us is emblematic of the human experience. It's a fully incarnate God. And that's and who am I to say, yeah, man, I want to be completely happy all the time on earth. I mean, what hubris, what nonsense, what impossible nonsense. So the thing that I tell secular and religious people is don't try to be happy. You can't. What you can be is happier. You can get better at happiness. And part of that is understanding and managing and growing through your suffering.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because so much of our culture, it's just so anti-suffering, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and nothing against certain fields, but it's here, take this and fix it, right? Or it's here.
Well, it's eliminationist when it comes to suffering itself. And that's wrong. It's not just morally problematic, it's completely impossible. And there's a lot of research that shows that when you try to eliminate your pain, you'll make your pain worse.
Yeah.
It's a lot of interesting research on, for example, back pain. If your back hurts, which, if it doesn't yet, it will. And I know you're actually a lifter, so, sooner or later you're going to suffer from lower back pain.
Sure.
And if you try to eliminate it, you'll baby your back and your back will get weaker and you'll have more pain than you would have otherwise. The whole point is you have to understand it. You have to do more exercise. You have to accept it. You have to focus on the parts of your life that are not wound up in this physical pain. And the same thing is true with your mental pain, with your emotional pain. We're built to have a full range of emotions. And so a deeply Christian thing to do, I mean, you can start with a psalm. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And then add a little twist, which is sort of the New Testament twist. And this is the day that the Lord has made with suffering and trials. And I say, Lord, bring it on.
Yes. Yeah. And actually, you just released a video recently about the problem of using distractions to kind of get away from suffering. Like, we need to be able to be in a room by ourselves without the phone on and be okay with that. Part of our culture is so quick to just entertain, distract, so that you don't have to deal with those thoughts. You don't have to deal with maybe bad memories, bad experiences. What advice do you have to help people kind of move through those things?
Well, we're surrounded by constant distraction. It's true. There's an availability of distracting influences like never before, and this is one of the ways that we try to get some instant relief. And it's more or less the same as it's always been. If you went back 50 years in time and talked about how can you immediately alleviate a little bit of pain, you'd be talking about drugs or alcohol, for example, or I don't know, television or whatever it happens to be. And people knew that was not the right way to get through your life, because you're literally missing part of your life by doing that. You say, well, yeah, but I'm missing the part that I don't like. Well, yeah, that's not how it works. If you want to have a fully integrated life and you want to have a full set of experiences and you want to look back on it and say, yeah, that was my life. You don't want to have missed a bunch of it. Now, I get this. I mean, I'm sympathetic to the fact that some people really, really suffer a lot. And there are times when I want to blunt the pain. I take Advil. My back hurts a lot, and so I take Advil. And I actually understand how the mechanism of action of these analgesics and how they work. But what I don't want is to distract myself or eliminate the pain, because I know that actually is not good for me. It'll actually make things worse.
If you enjoyed the Benedictine Dialogues today, I want to invite you to visit our website, media.benedictine.edu. Be sure to subscribe to our weekly newsletter where you will receive all of the latest in your inbox, or subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. So thanks again for watching. God bless.